𝐎𝐬𝐜𝐚 and Lucinda. 𝐎𝐬𝐜𝐚 and Lucinda is a novel by Peter Carey, published by Faber and Faber. Set in the mid-19th century, the novel tells the story of two unlikely and eccentric characters, Oscar Hopkins and Lucinda LaPlastria, whose lives become intertwined by fate and their shared love for gambling. Both characters are complex and multi-dimensional, with distinct personalities and struggles that are explored throughout the novel. The novel begins with the introduction of Oscar Hopkins, a young and highly religious man who is plagued by doubt and guilt over his sins. He travels to Australia as a missionary, but his mission is cut short when he realizes that he cannot reconcile his faith with his love for gambling. He is a deeply flawed character, prone to impulsive and reckless behavior, but he is also deeply empathetic and caring. Oscar becomes a compulsive gambler and eventually meets Lucinda LaPlastria, an independent and wealthy young woman who shares his passion for gambling. Lucinda LaPlastria is a glass manufacturer and a feminist who defies the conventions of her time. Oscar and Lucinda decide to make a bet that will change their lives forever. They bet that Oscar will transport a glass church, designed by Lucinda, across Australia to a remote settlement. The bet is risky and requires a lot of planning and preparation, but the two characters are determined to see it through. He is constantly torn between his desire to win and his fear of sin, and he struggles to reconcile his passion for gambling with his religious beliefs. As the novel progresses, Oscar becomes more self-aware and begins to question the rigidity of his beliefs. As they embark on their journey, Oscar and Lucinda face numerous challenges and obstacles, including harsh weather conditions, dangerous terrain, and hostile indigenous people. Despite these challenges, they continue to push forward, driven by their passion for gambling and the desire to win the bet. Her relationship with Oscar challenges her preconceptions about love and relationships, and she is forced to confront her insecurities and fears. As the novel progresses, Lucinda learns to embrace her own identity, ultimately finding a sense of peace and fulfillment. Carey's writing is poetic and descriptive, transporting the reader to the Australian wilderness and immersing them in the lives and struggles of the characters. One of the most interesting aspects of the novel is how it explores the themes of chance and fate. At the same time, the novel also depicts the struggles of the indigenous population and the tensions between different cultural groups. The character of Mr. Jeffries, an eccentric engineer who is tasked with building a bridge across a treacherous river, serves as a symbol of the colonial mentality that dominated the time, with its disregard for the natural environment and its exploitation of indigenous labor. Oscar's struggles with sin and his crisis of faith provide a powerful commentary on the role of religion in shaping personal identity and social norms. The cultural and historical context of the novel is further enriched by its setting, with much of the action taking place in the Australian outback and on the high seas. The harsh beauty of the landscape and the dangers of life at sea are depicted with vivid detail, providing a sense of the ruggedness and isolation that characterized life in the early years of colonial Australia. The novel is characterized by its use of vivid imagery and rich language, which help to bring the characters and settings to life. Carey's writing is also marked by a wry sense of humor and a willingness to explore the darker aspects of human nature, making the novel both entertaining and thought-provoking. Another important theme of the novel is the search for personal identity and meaning in a rapidly changing world. Certain characters in the novel serve as a symbol of a destructive mindset, with his obsession with building a bridge serving as a commentary on the hubris and arrogance of the colonial mentality. The author's approach to historical and cultural context is also a key strength of the novel. Carey's use of vivid imagery and descriptive language helps to bring the world of the mid-19th century Australia to life, making it accessible to readers who may not be familiar with the period. At the same time, the author's deep understanding of the social and political realities of the time makes the novel a valuable work of historical fiction that will appeal to readers with a keen interest in history. The novel's themes are also broad and varied, touching on issues of personal identity, love, religion, and the impact of colonialism and industrialization on society. This broad thematic range makes the novel accessible to a wide range of readers, from those looking for a compelling love story to those interested in exploring complex social and political issues. The novel's characters are also richly drawn, with their quirks and idiosyncrasies adding depth and complexity to the story. Oscar's stuttering and social awkwardness make him a sympathetic character, while Lucinda's obsession with glass and her rebellious streak makes her both intriguing and relatable. The novel's exploration of colonialism is also noteworthy, with Carey deftly exploring the themes of cultural imperialism and the destructive effects of colonization. Through the character of Lucinda, the novel also touches on the plight of women in a male-dominated society, highlighting the challenges faced by women in a world where their value is often determined by their looks and their ability to conform to societal expectations. The novel's critical success has also been reflected in its popularity with readers. Oscar and Lucinda have been translated into multiple languages and have sold millions of copies worldwide. It has been widely taught in schools and universities and is often cited as one of the greatest works of Australian literature. It has won the 1988 Booker Prize and the 1989 Miles Franklin Award. In addition to its commercial success and critical acclaim, Oscar and Lucinda have also been adapted into a highly acclaimed film. Directed by Gillian Armstrong and starring Ralph Fiennes and Cate Blanchett, the film was released in 1997 and was nominated for multiple Academy Awards, including Best Screenplay and Best Costume Design. Overall, Oscar and Lucinda is a rich and compelling novel that will captivate readers with its beautiful prose, complex characters, and engaging plot. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe.